Okay, welcome back to Bounce Around Charleston. Now, you just heard from Pastor Gordon Caswell about the birthday party for Jesus on Christmas Day because of the holiday season. But in all of that, we need to talk about safety. So Sergeant Trevor Schiller of the Crime Prevention Department of the Charleston City Police Department is here again this year to remind you to be safe during the holiday.
Yes, sir.
Now, how was that?
That was excellent.
So let's talk about safety during the holidays.
The first thing that comes to mind, and I'll talk about crime things later, but your general safety is when there's so many people going shopping.
Yes.
And people get in a hurry, particularly on the weekends. Now, it gets dark by 5:30.
Yes.
So you're doing that shopping after dark. You're going on the weekends. And people get in such a hurry. And they're looking at their watch, and they only have a certain amount of time to do the shopping today. And they only have a certain amount of time, and they're in a rush. So they get in this traffic, and they're getting mad with the cars in front of them, or the person that won't turn when there's a gap in traffic, or the person that cut them off at the light, and they get so upset at that, and they didn't plan enough time in their day. So I'm just asking you to slow down, plan your shopping trip, and add an extra hour or two before you're planning to get home to cook or whatever else you have to do. Allow an extra hour or two. Have patience with the other drivers. Wave somebody in, somebody will let you in.
You know, road rage is for real.
Right, it is. And now I would recommend against having people come across 3 lanes of traffic.
Yeah.
Don't be the person that starts that, because they're going to get in a crash with the car that you don't see coming from behind you. So that I wouldn't recommend. But letting cars into traffic, in front of you, people will trade off and be courteous for doing that. Now, when you're in the parking lot, you get to the mall, you get to the shopping center, and your kids, they're running in, they want to go see Santa, or they want to go to the toy store. Don't let them run. You need to be holding hands in that parking lot.
Yes.
Because the people that are shopping, there's so many SUVs out there. They're so big, and the kids are so little.
And they can't see.
They can't see, or they're too busy talking on the phone while they're backing up, and things like that. So be defensive even in that environment. Keep the kids close to you. Avoid walking right next to the large vans and SUVs and trucks. Give it a little bit more space.
And putting the gifts in your trunk.
Right. Now we'll get to a little bit of the security things. There's actually relatively few cars now with a trunk. There's more SUVs out there.
That's true.
When you do make those purchases, the tendency is to just keep on shopping till you drop, and then you wind up with 20 bags.
Correct.
And you can't keep up with all of those. Your kid's going to need a shoe tied, or have to go to the bathroom or something, so you're going to set some down, and it will be very easy for some Grinch to walk off with 1 or 2 of them.
Yes.
So periodically make a trip out to the car, put stuff in it. Now someone might see you do that, so it might also be a good idea to get in the car and move around somewhere on the other side of the shopping center when you do that. It sounds complicated and time consuming, but if it keeps someone from breaking in your car, it might be worth it.
Now, one of our malls have something called a curfew.
Okay, not in the city, but okay.
Yeah, so if there's a curfew for like teenagers, how's that shopping experience going to be during the holidays?
I guess the parents need to be with them, but that's up at Northwoods, I guess. It's not at Sandal Mall, so that's not in my responsibility area to deal with it. But
if it was like that, then the parents would have to be responsible.
The parents need to be there with the kids shopping pretty much regardless anyhow. But
during that time.
I would just recommend it. Now, if they're going off to buy a present for mom, then you go with dad. And if you're going to buy a present for dad, you go with mom.
Okay, now what about home safety?
At your home, treat every trip out as if you're going on a vacation.
Okay.
We think a little bit more about keeping crime away when we're going to be gone for a week.
Yes.
But a lot of times the burglar's coming for 30 minutes while you're gone to get your hair done or gone to the grocery store in the middle of the day. So make it look like you're still home. Have some lights on, have the TV on, and make sure to lock all those doors. Check the front door, the back door, the upstairs window. Check all those things just as if you were leaving for a vacation, even though you're only going to be gone 30 or 40 minutes, because that's the opportunity where that thief is going to slip in through the garage door you forgot to lock.
What about internet shopping?
Internet shopping, you need to follow all of your things you've been taught about your internet security first.
Okay.
Then when you are making those purchases and you're in the checkout of your internet purchases, avail yourself of whatever things they will let you do at that stage as far as securing those packages when they finally arrive at your house.
Correct.
If at that stage you can give special instructions, then do it. If not, then get your tracking number, and then later go back to the FedEx or the UPS website, mail website, and put your preferences in there. If you know that it's likely to come during a time you're not home, maybe you have it go to your neighbor that you trust, or have them just keep it at the FedEx office, the UPS store, or the mail post office, and you can pick it up from there. If you know that you've got something valuable coming and you're not going to be home, there are folks out there that will steal right off your doorstep.
And I do know that now with a lot of our alarm system companies, they have the camera.
It's very important also to actually report thefts. If you've ordered something and it didn't come when it was supposed to, because they can tell you dead on when it's going to come. You're going to get a text alert, all those things, tracking all those things to know it's supposed to come, and it didn't come. Most people simply call the company. They call Amazon, they call FedEx or whatever, and they work out their satisfaction that way. But if you think that it actually got stolen off your porch, then we need you to make a police report about it.
Call the police department.
Yes, call us.
Make the report.
So that we can be aware of it. It may or may not result in a written report, but at least make us aware of it. The officers come and they know to be checking the area and looking for that activity. And particularly if you do have any of those video devices, or any of your neighbors down the street do, then we can use that to help investigate it out.
And they always say a nosy neighbor can be a good neighbor.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You heard it right here on Bounce Around Charleston.